I welcome you to the program Know Yourself that we have designed to prepare us to fit into this life so we can all live meaningfully. Today we want to continue with our series on biblical dating and courtship, but the subtopic to discuss today will be qualities to consider in a partner. As we know, before someone is attracted to you, you should have something at the back. It's just like going to the market for a shopping. You cannot just go there unprepared. That means there will be some lists in your hand that will guide your shopping. Other than that, you end up buying certain things which you already have. And the same way, if you are going to pick a partner, something should be at hand. Certain qualities should be at hand that you want to see in that prospective spouse of yours. And so today we're going to look at some qualities to consider in a partner. It may vary from one person to another because we are different human beings with different likes and dislikes. And so, as we travel you through, you would know which one ticks you. So, maybe you are a Christian and you would want someone who is religious, or you would want to consider religion as part of something that will guide your selection or choosing a partner. And so, maybe you are a Christian, you want someone who is a Christian, someone who will even zero it down to a Christian of the same faith. Or any Christian, once we're a Christian, I like it. You should know it before. That will guide your engagement, that will guide your selection. And so that you don't select the person only to realize that the person would not follow you to your church and you become disappointed. Of course, marriage is not something that you can just enter and then you back out. And so maybe one of the qualities that you want to consider is someone who is religious, or you may talk about religion. If you're a Muslim, maybe you want to also pick a Muslim for a partner. All these things you should know. So as soon as someone comes your way, and just as we talked about the criteria, the person does not fit your selection, you just put him or her somewhere and continue. As we talked about elimination, we talked about similarity. Then you also want to consider someone who possesses emotional maturity. Yes, we are human beings. I may step on your feet, I may step on your toes. Some people would want to pick such an individual who can control his motion or her emotions. So once you are angry, it doesn't mean you should forget that you are speaking to your partner. And so the person should know when to do what, even at the most provocation. So emotional maturity, someone would want to talk about that or consider that in a partner so as to be attracted to him or her. And then there's this quality someone also would want to consider, and that is trust and loyalty. We should bear in mind that trust and loyalty are the two backbones of every relationship. How can you engage someone? How can you pick someone as a partner and you don't trust him or her? If that is the case, then the least thing that you hear about him or her, you would accept it. Even at times it's not true. But because you don't trust, the least thing you doubt the individual. Once you want to commit yourself, if God permits you to become couples for the rest of your life, then you want to find out from that individual whether he is someone who can be trusted, a trustworthy individual. This will be some other person's quality that you want to consider in a partner. Then, openness is very important. There are some individuals who are not open, they are secretive, you are his or her partner, and yet the person is not open to you. Maybe for you, someone who can be open to you and disclose as far as possible if there is any issue bothering him or her, bring it out for discussion. That could be another quality maybe you would want to consider in a partner. Then openness will even continue to be someone who also has open communication, in the sense that you are heard and each individual in that relationship is heard, that your views are considered much as the other party's views are also considered. You are not to be trampled over. If something bothers you, that individual opens up to you and gives you a hearing, much as he or she would want you to also give him or her a hearing. And so that is something, a quality that you want to consider. Then respect. I will even say that, yes, you want someone who is respectful. Someone respects you for who you are. Irrespective of your background, the person respects you. Irrespective of your gender, the person respects you and your opinion. Respect. Very, very important. So you want someone who will just accord you that respect. Just as he has seen you or she has seen you, he would accept you. Then some other person would want to consider someone who has a sense of humor. You see, life cannot be boring, grooming all the time. And so someone has a sense of humor. You want someone who has that sense of humor, that at the time of your coldness, your deepest sorrow, that individual can bring some light, throw some light. And so you can have some time to laugh. Not only that, maybe you would want to also consider family values. These things are things you should know and would engage your discussions as you interact with individuals, as you go through your selection criteria, which we have discussed in our previous edition. And so as you interact with that individual, you know whether the person possesses these qualities, which will inform your decision. That individual, as far as family values are concerned, would want to have about 6 children, 7 children, 10 children in this modern era. But you are the type who would want to go for equal permits, maybe 1 or 2, or even nothing at all. If you are not aware, if you don't discuss, if you don't engage your would-be partner or your would-be spouse in some of these things, you'll be surprised that you will come together and the person will tell you that I want 10 children, and you will say that no, I will not go. These are sorts of things that will bring some misunderstanding between you as couples. And so before you enter, that is why we're talking about people who are courting, people who are ready for marriage. And so as you are selecting and you engage and come across various individuals, you want to find out these things that we are talking about. Personality. What kind of a person are you expecting as far as personality is concerned? Someone who is a social butterfly, someone who is a bit introvert, someone who is extrovert, can easily socialize, someone who is reserved. You should know, maybe you are the type who the least thing you feel nervous. And therefore, you want someone who is also a laid back, who will help you position you in life, because you are nervous. He or she cannot also be nervous. And so you would want to also consider that personality you would want to see in that individual. Someone who is assertive. Is that kind of person maybe you are looking for? Then you also want to consider what we call social bearing. Someone is fun and has a ton of friends around him, almost all the time, moving out here and there. Friends. and maybe you are a wall butterfly. You want to remain in your own corner. You want to look at all these things to inform. There are some individuals, as far as relationship is concerned, would want someone who would spend almost every single minute with them without going out. But the truth of the matter is that in this age and era that we are going through or living in, is it possible? Maybe you are also someone who respects alone time, and so you want to find out all this. Then you can also look at similar interests. It is said that the happiest couple share almost the same values and standards in religion, morals, and ideals. And so, yes, it is possible your dark partner cannot have all the things, cannot possess all the things you have as your interest. But at least the person should not also frown upon something that interests you. Other than that, there wouldn't be anything common for you to, in a way, engage in discussion. There should be something that is common to the two of you that would serve as a platform for or engagement for discussions. And so you want to consider interests, similar interests in life. And then again, maybe one of the qualities you also want to consider will be someone who is supportive. There are some individuals who are self-centered, egocentric. But in your case, you want someone that when you are in your low states, that individual can come and then pick you up from where you are falling. When need be, whether male or female, you are to support each other. So you want to look at that individual. Then again, you also want to look at someone who is reliable. There are some individuals, when they ask you to stand here and you stand, you'll be there till thy kingdom come. Maybe you wouldn't want to trust yourself to such an individual who is not reliable. There are others who are very reliable. And so as you go along and as you interact with these individuals, you are looking for some of these qualities to inform your decision whether to commit yourself for the rest of your life. I am hoping, among others, these qualities that we have discussed with you will help you in your selection, in your choice of a partner. We are promising you that the next edition we also would discuss with you some qualities that you wouldn't want to see in your partner. So watch out. We are entreating you, as you always do, to subscribe. When you subscribe, press the button, share, so others can get this information and so we can reach them. Thanks so much for your time.